It's been a very long time since we've had a Bespin Luke. Too long, in my opinion, but here we go. We have DX25 Luke Skywalker Bespin. This is the deluxe version, so we got all the stuff. Thanks to Pop Collectibles for getting this to me so quickly. Super excited to unbox this thing and get it all together. But here's the outer cover box for a DX. There is a slip cover, the normal Star Wars black and gray thing. Who cares? But for a DX, like the box is actually pretty nice, right? Deluxe version. There's that. So we got that guy. Get him out of the way. In DX fashion, we've got a nice little slip cover here. There's Luke Skywalker facts. If you ever want to read that, you can. I doubt you will. And then here we go. So the only thing I've done so far is I took the plastic bag off of his head so he wouldn't suffocate in the box. DX proper treatment. First thing right off the bat, this suit is as clean gets, straight off the dry cleaners at Dagobah, Cloud City, Coruscant, all the places in Star Wars. All of them. Well, maybe not Alderaan. Maybe not Alderaan, but there's that. But here we go. We've got our deluxe versions. We've got our Darth Vader helmet with Luke's head in it. We've got some hair transplants going on there, sepulchre rolling eyeballs, and all kinds of stuff. So if you haven't had a DX figure before, you get a lot of cool stuff, and the packaging is beautiful. So let's go ahead and take this guy off of here, and then we'll see the rest of the hands. Get you out of there. And this is, I mean, there's not a lot of stuff coming with this. Let's not, kid ourselves. But we got our belt. We've got a holster. We got some hands, and we got the figure. And then underneath, let's see if we can get this guy out of here. Here's our other tray with all of our other accessories and diorama bases and all that kind of stuff. So there is a DX24 and a DX25. This is going to be the deluxe. We got all the different bases, which is pretty nice. We got a little carbon freezing chamber here. We got a little Dagobah deal. We got some light up sabers with the old style hand, which is a bit of a letdown. We got a rifle or a blaster, and we got a lightsaber. So I'm gonna go ahead. I want to just real quick, just take a look at a couple of accessories, and then we'll get into this thing as Bella and Tucker decide to bark in the background of my video. But here is this guy. So we did see this with the DX07. However, the paint application on this new one is quite better, quite a bit better. So we got damage and stuff is really hard to see because it's high contrast light, but you got weathering along the side of the helmet there. You can kind of see the little white brushing there, splatters of stuff in there, and then underneath, that's kind of gruesome. That's kind of gnarly down there, but very nicely done. If you wanted the deluxe, I mean, there's really no reason not to get this, honestly. It's a pretty cool piece from that historic, iconic scene on Dagobah as he's, searching for stuff. We got some hands. We got a belt. Let's check out the belt real quick because we're going to put this on the figure. And is it pleather? Yeah, it's pleather. Okay, let's get you out here real quick. Pleather style belt. Not a whole lot to say here other than this magnet situation here, guaranteed that magnet's going to come off. It's going to be unglued. It's going to be a thing. So it looks like we got a thigh holster. It's got to go over the thigh, wrap around the waist. Got a D-ring for our hilt. We'll be able to put that on there. And a holster for our blaster. That's kind of cool. All right. Let's look at this. Now, my first thought, other than this being super clean, is the head sculpt is light years beyond the DX07 sculpt. I almost bought the DX07 a little while back, and I decided against it and hoping that Hot Toys would reissue this guy. And he's very light. He's a very lightweight. Like, there's nothing going on here. This head sculpt right here is light years beyond the DX07. And I'm so glad I didn't shell out. It was the last one I looked for is going like $750 for the set, which was crazy. I mean, it was new in box, I guess, but knowing, or not knowing, but hoping that they were going to reissue one, I made the right call. This one is light years beyond it. Now, not to take away from DX07, it's got some benefits. You got two bodies. You got a battle damage one, weathered one, which this one is clearly not. I mean, this is, like I said, as clean gets. But this head sculpt, good gracious, that's good. And you can swap out all the hair parts. So if any of the Lukes you have with the magnetic hairs, they'll swap out, and you can put them on this one. So any of them. So you do have an extra when it comes with this. But if you have any other ones, the Endor Luke or I guess Mando Luke as well, but any of the Lukes with the switch out hair, you can put on this guy. I just want to give you a close look at this. And we'll obviously do some proper lighting, but movable eyes. Look at this suit. So suit-wise, like I said, it is finely tailored. and perfectly spotless all the way down to the boots. Like even the boots, I mean, they have a slight bit of weathering down here, but I mean, you see in the white, but it's ever so slight. It's very minimal. So I will most likely be picking up a second one of these to weather up and battle damage and bloody up and all that kind of fun stuff underneath. Because this is just, I couldn't do that, only have one and then weather it up. And having one that's only clean, I think is a misservice. But I mean, the tailoring on this thing is on flipping point. You can see all like the stitch work, everything going on here, the pockets going down. I mean, it's quite good. These boots, the texture and detail they got going on the boots. I mean, that's pretty stinking cool. I like that. So we do have one other hairpiece that comes with this particular set. We'll go ahead and switch that out. It should be just magnet. And I do need to get that little piece of plastic vinyl. Oh, they've got nice protective in there. That's cool. Off of there. And then we've got this look. And I'm not sure which one of these I'm going to like better. We'll see. Come on, get on there. Oh, that's pretty good too. I don't know, man. I like the other one. I don't know. Is that all the way on? Yeah, it's all the way on. I like the other one too. Oh, it's not all the way, not quite all the way on. There we go. Look at that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one I like better. It might be this one, but it depends on which scene you're trying to recreate, or maybe you're creating your own scene, whatever you're doing with that. I have no doubt this is going to be plenty of posing options with this, although that's going to kind of lead to source material, right? So we got that going on here. And just real quick, I'll break out the base. He's got force hands and blaster holding hand and whatever. Who cares? All right, let's go. Let's get that. I want to look at these bases real quick. I don't see me using the Dagobah base, at least not with a clean version of Luke. I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. But let's check them out anyways real quick. Now, we did not get a USB-powered lightsaber this time, which is, I mean, they should have just went back to the drawing board and added that. They really should have done that. So we got a switch out hand. Don't care about that. We've got our blaster. Nicely weathered, actually. That's not bad. A lot of weathering going on there. That's pretty cool. All right. We got that guy. We got a normal Luke hilt that we've seen a bunch of times. Nicely done there. Swooshing blade, regular blade, lights or batteries for that guy that'll never see the light of day. A little eye maneuvering tool. And if I can get this out of the plastic. This base, I just don't see me using this. But I'll show you what it looks like real quick. And then we'll move on to the posing section because, honestly, I'm more interested in that myself. But there it is. It doesn't say anything. It's I don't know. This right here is not my favorite, but maybe somebody out there really likes it. Yeah, whatever. This, on the other hand, I like. This is USB-C, if I remember from the descriptions. With a light-up feature, I like that. Carbon freezing chamber deal. It's not orange, it's red. So there's that. There's Luke Skywalker there. USB-C powered there. That's kind of cool. And then this guy, which you can connect both of these together, which I'm sure we'll do. And figure out how we're going to pose it. Now, it's definitely underscaled. Like, this is not going to match. If you've got the Jazz Ink diorama Bespin gantry, then you're, way better off in scale. But maybe you don't have that kind of room. So, yeah, maybe you don't have that. So if you want to connect these two guys, it's pretty cool, hoses and everything. They don't move. Those are stationary. There's a little deal right there, and you can connect it right here. And then you can have this guy, which I think, honestly, that looks pretty good. But that doesn't even matter. Let's pose it up. So here we go, guys. We've got Luke posed up, and I've already had a little bit of difficulty with my particular Luke. I'll talk about that here in just a second. First off the bat, it's flipping beautiful. Is it the ultimate Luke? Too soon to say. Too soon. I'm definitely going to have to get a second one and weather him up. But this head sculpt and of the two hair pieces you like, I'm partial to this one. It's just quite good. You guys can see that. And like I said, the weathering on it, non-existent. but the tailoring is absolutely beautiful. So I want to talk about the display base for just a second. So you got this display base here. It's USB-C, lights up, plug in USB-C cable on the back, and there's a switch. There's another piece, which we looked at earlier, that connects into that via USB-C. It's got a little pop-out deal, and that lights up just fine. But when I connect them both together, I can't get them both to work at the same time. So I'm thinking there might be something wrong with my USB-C connector that goes into the carbon freezing chamber base. We'll see. I'm going to keep trying. I've tried about 4 different plugs to see if maybe it's the amperage that might be an issue. But so far, yeah, no luck on that. But that being said, either way, I'm a big fan of this figure already, just for the fact that it looks just, I mean, this is not a dynamic pose in the least, but just like that, it's pretty flippin' cool. Quick comparison of some Lukes I have in the collection. We've got the previous Jedi Luke over on the left with the older head sculpt. We've obviously got the new Bespin Luke in the middle, and we've got the Mando Luke CGI deepfake Luke on the right, which looks fantastic, honestly. That one, and then this Bespin. There's not even a fair comparison. This new one, like it's the new one and the Mando Luke. Those two are amazing. The previous Luke, the Jedi Luke, that went crazy in pricing when Luke first showed up in Mando, it's definitely showing his age. The sculpt is not all that great. This new one, and I really do like this hair sculpt on the Bespin Luke versus the other one. It's just got more pizzazz to it, more drama to it. I think that might be what I like about it. But you can interswap the hair pieces if you want to. But I definitely think the new one and the Mando Luke are far superior to the previous Jedi Luke, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Here's Bespin Luke next to the Luke in Stormtrooper disguise, which just fell over. Here's Luke next to Luke in Stormtrooper disguise. You can see the head sculpts are vastly different. And it's not even a fair comparison. The new one is far superior. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy your older figures. They should just maybe swap out head sculpts from time to time or reissue them because, people love that. But I do think the new one's superior. Definitely far superior to the Jedi Luke. The Mando Luke might still be the king of Lukes. I don't know. Too soon to tell. But this new one looks pretty good too. And here we go. We've got Luke battling Vader. Iconic scene. Pretty cool. Now, it's been a while since I've actually posed up my Vader, and I forgot how towering he is over Luke. It is quite almost comical, but it is accurate. I mean, Vader's supposed to be like, this massive figure, literally. And he definitely towers over Bespin Luke, as he should. And damn, he looks awesome. I'm not sure how I'm going to end up posing this Bespin Luke just yet. Don't know. But a fight scene with Vader, certainly a plausible option, I think. Posing-wise, not really too much of an issue. Not a whole lot of ankle pivot due to the one-piece boot. So you get a little bit, but it's not Spider-Man. We'll put it that way. And I'm not sure in the long run, if you go crazy with that, how this particular material of the boot, I'll zoom in for you guys, will hold up in the long term. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out. That's to be determined. Obviously, I've only had it for a couple days. But this Luke right here and with Vader, I mean, they look made for each other. Look at this. Come on, man. We got the swooshing effects of the blade. The light up function, there's no way in hell I'm switching out the arms for the light up function for these crappy LEDs they put in these things. I'm not going to do it. They should have went ahead and upgraded it to the USB. They had plenty of time to do that. Why they didn't do it, who the hell knows. But both of these figures together look pretty awesome. And depending on how you want to display yours, you can come up with some cool fight scenes. That being said, Vader is not the easiest to pose in a dynamic way. So there's that. And for those wondering, yes, that is a custom cape for my Vader. It is not the stock cape. But pretty cool figure nonetheless. That's the Empire Strikes Back deluxe anniversary Vader with all the stuff. And yeah, it looks pretty badass. And I'm pretty happy to have both of these. But I still need a second one for that. Here's what I'm thinking about as I spitball this thing here for a little bit. He's kind of spinning around. Is I'm kind of want to do a Bespin Luke with the little Yoda backpack as he's flipping through Dagobah. So maybe get a second Bespin Luke, change the body out so you can have like a seamless body and do like a weathering. That might be kind of fun. It's an expensive venture, to be honest with you, but might look cool. Actually, I think it definitely would be cool. And so I just need a backpack and I need another Yoda. And so the money's piling up. This is a pretty cool scene. Let's do another one. Fast forward in the battle just a little bit, and we've got Luke down, Vader about to strike. And of course, he's going to lose a hand in the near future. However, unless you have the DX07, you're not going to have the missing hand function, which is another missed opportunity. I guess it's not really a missed opportunity. They're not saying this is a reissue of that said figure. It's just a different one. But you could absolutely do a scene like this if you so choose. Both of these figures together just look all kinds of fan-flippin-tastic. So how are you going to display yours? Are you going to go with the hero, pose, I guess, if you will? There wasn't a whole lot of dynamic posing or action going on for Luke. He did some flippy flips in Dagobah. He did some fight scenes with Vader here. And obviously he was in the Snowspeeder suit, which we already have that figure. And I didn't break that one out because I have the helmet. Oh, no, I don't have the helmet on it. Never mind. I guess I could have displayed that. I'll do a comparison of that one, too. I thought I had the helmet on it. We got Snowspeeder one from Empire. And this is cool. I might have mine displayed somewhat like this, although the previous pose between these two might have been a little bit more dynamic and made a little bit more sense. I don't know. This one being, the suit being super clean. So this display base, if you don't have this, is from the Empire Vader, and it is terribly underscaled. Again, if you got the Jazz Inc. diorama piece that is monstrous, it'll make a lot more sense. But, maybe you don't have that piece. Maybe you got this Vader, and it looks just fine like this as well. And you get the idea, and I think that works. So I'm pretty happy to have this one, and we'll do another pose, and I'll break out the Snowspeeder Luke so we can compare to head sculpts, which I didn't do earlier. So here's your Snowspeeder Luke next to your Bespin Luke, in case you were wondering what the heck they look like. And yeah, I'm not sure one's better than the other. They're obviously from the same film, and they're different, completely different figures. The head sculpt, obviously, I think the Bespin Luke's going to have the win because it does have the movable eyes, which is a nice touch. But the Snowspeeder suit is I don't know. You got to have both. I really can't choose one over the other. Sculpt-wise, I feel like the new Bespin Luke is more like a 4K, and the previous one's like a 1080p. Like, it's good, but the new one is better, and I think that's the way it should be. You shouldn't get a new figure that's worse than the old figure. That shouldn't be a thing. But the paint applications, the sculpt is sharper. The paint application on the hair is a touch better. The new one has definitely got more blonde highlights in it than the previous one. It's more refined, I'll put it that way. I think it's a better sculpt altogether. Suit-wise, it's a personal preference, whether you like somebody flying around the Snowspeeder or you like, Bespin Hero Luke. But definitely like both of them, honestly. Which one do you like? Let me know. After trying a number of different USB plugs to make this thing work, I found one that actually made both light-up features work, and they look great. So I'm happy about that. I was kind of concerned it might be a malfunction, bad production, whatever that is. But it turns out you just need the right freaking plug with the right amperage and the right whatever. So luckily, like many of you, I have piles of them. So I was able to make it work, and I'm super happy about that. And I'm not sure exactly how we're going to end up posing this guy, but regardless of which pose we end up with, it's going to look great in the display. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Which one of the poses that we did or scenes did you like? How would you display yours? Are you going to copy one of my poses? Is that going to be a thing? Usually is, but let me know which one if that's the case. If you want to pick one of these up, check out Pop Collectibles, link in the description below. And let me know, is this the new definitive Luke? Until the next one anyways, because they're going to keep making Lukes. And which version of Luke have they not made yet that you want to add to your collection? I want to know about that. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Now is a great time to do that. And if you want to support the channel on Patreon, we'd love to have you over there. We've got a specific Facebook group for Patreon supporters, giveaways, live streams, meetups, all kinds of fun stuff going on over there. With that, as always, click what you like. See you next time.